It is about 6:30 on Monday, July 29th. You are in Gannet's restored Great Cabin. I was asked to make a video showing what she looks like now that I have been painting and oiling and working on her for a couple of weeks. I painted everything from the bow all the way to the aft end of the pipers. I didn't paint the dead space in the stern because the last time I did that, I got stuck back there. Gannet is better organized, less moldy, cleaner than she has been for a very, very long time. The paint was Rustoleum, which was recommended to me by several of those who have built their own boats. $15 a quart. The wood I use, on the wood I use, and I may mispronounce this, Dex Olja, 2 words D-E-K-S, second word O-L-J-E. They make a part 1 and a part 2. I only use part 1 and have on boats for decades. I stopped varnishing about 1987. Gannet is presently in what I call harbor mode. In it, I sleep up there on the starboard side of the V-berth. At sea, I sleep on whichever is the windward of the pipe berths. On this one right now, the blue bag is my breakfast bag. Get my hat out of the way. The reddish bag there is the lunch bag. Back further is a set of foul weather gear and the Avon Red Start. I've replaced a great many things. My toolbox, well, bag there, and all the tools in it, because all were rusty, irredeemably so. The blue performance bags, 2 on that side, 2 behind me. There's 1 on the forward side of the bulkhead. They too were moldy beyond salvation. I'd made a lot of changes during the passage. Took tracks off, did other things. First time that the paint has been uniform in a very long time. I have fixed down, well, they're up on deck now, but I have fixed with these shock cords. That's where on each side where I keep my boom tube speakers. The yellow object on that counter is a solar light, a Pelican case in which resides my 12-inch MacBook and my 12.9-inch iPad Pro. The stowage bags up there. Stowage is much simplified. I have gotten rid of a lot of stuff this week. I've always had a rule that if I've gone a year without using something, I can keep on not using it. There are exceptions. The Jordan Drogue, my emergency rudder, a dry suit. I'm pleased to, each of those probably cost more than $1,000. I'm pleased to have spent the money and also pleased never to have needed to use it. Bilge is relatively clean. It's been painted. Over there, the black bag is an evening food bag, mostly freeze-dried meals. The blue bag is a clothes bag. There's another second clothes bag in the dock box, and my dock box is pretty full. If I were to go to sea, I'd have to bring some of the stuff back, such as the Jordan Drogue and some passage clothes, a second set of foul weather gear. But I've thrown out a lot of things in these last 2 weeks. I take great pleasure in throwing things out. I have Velcroed screens. Insects aren't much of a problem around here, but there have been a few mosquitoes. Let's go on deck and look around. This is called Quivira Basin. One disadvantage you're going to hear pretty soon is that we're not far from the normal takeoff flight pattern from the airport, which is about 4 miles away. I have a lot of history. It might be jerky here for a moment. I'm going to step up into the cockpit. My sporta seat. This is where I normally am at this time of the evening, with a libation, which I have here, plastic of Plymouth gin. I looked into the best place in this location is marina. We're a side tie at the very corner of the marina, unobstructed view out to the center of Quivira Basin. Those boats over there are in the next marina. I have a lot of history in this basin. I first sailed in here in 1967 with the woman who was then a part of my life in my first boat, an Excalibur 26, which I had taken delivery of in February of 1967 up in Oakland. And we lived aboard at that marina over there, Seaforth Marina. At that time, there were only 2 marinas in this basin, that one and the one over there where the high-rise building is. It's now a Hyatt Hotel. It used to be the Islandia. My grandmother's house was about 2 miles away in that direction in Mission Beach, North Mission. This marina wasn't here. The one that's called Marina Village that starts there and ends up over there wasn't here either. They weren't here in 1978. We lived aboard over there on that 26-footer until 1969, when they passed a regulation making it illegal to live aboard in Mission Bay. Some people still do, but I'd already ordered the Ericson 37, and so we moved over in 1970 to Shelter Island, or Harbor Island Marina, at Harbor Island, which had just opened up. And that's where I started my first circumnavigation in 1974. Have to stop talking when the airplanes go over. I began my second circumnavigation from over there at what was then the Islandia Marina. That was in Chidiac Tishbourne in 1978. And I began my 6th on Gannet from that slip right back there. Don't know that you'll be able to hear the sea lions. They're out there on the bait barge. This is paradise for sea lions. No predators, including us. They're a protected species. A bait barge to loll around on and sun on and sleep on, and lots of fish. There are a lot of birds around here, seagulls, terns, egrets, pelicans, a great blue heron, cormorants. The boat across from me, the power boat to my right, has turned his engine on. I don't know if you'll be able to hear that. It is normally an airplane's going over, and I'm going to... It is very nice here. I am happy to be here. It is not the Bay of Islands. The boat still needs a lot of work. The cockpit needs to be painted. The deck between the Raptor non-skid needs to be painted. I think the cockpit will get painted before I leave in a couple of weeks. I don't think the deck will. I hope to go sailing later this week. And I like it here. Fortunate to be here. Whenever you see this, I hope your evening is as pleasant as I expect mine will be. I wish you sailing joy.